They already made it clear that it was fictionalized, which I said earlier. But you know what? What you're all saying, wait. What you're all saying, wait.
It's not true.
Wait, can I finish, please?
You can keep
What
saying it.
You're the
Alright,
only
so
person that's
I'm
saying
gonna give you
this.
something different.
You are the only person on planet Earth that's saying that it's fictionalized.
Gentlemen.
There's a very common sense reason gold is pushing to all-time highs right now. Actually, there's several reasons. The cost of goods continues to rise despite interest rates controlled by the Fed. Since January 21st, cost of living is up 17.9%. The national debt continues to skyrocket, now above $34 trillion, causing many to worry when the house of cards will come crashing down. A presidential election year that will have massive implications on the future of this country. All of this adds up to the instability and uncertainty, and that is why so many Americans are turning to Birch Gold Group. Have you diversified your savings yet? Secure a portion of them with gold from Birch Gold. Text Brandon to 989898 and get your free info kit. You will learn how to convert an existing IRA or a 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold, and it doesn't cost you a penny out of pocket. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of happy customers, you can count on Birch Gold too. Just text Brandon to 989898 to claim your free info kit and to protect your savings from uncertainty today.
Well, let's bring in the two other guests. We've been watching and listening patiently. Officer Tatum, you've been all over this baby reindeer. What do you make of it? I mean, it's an extraordinary story. It's gripping the world. I mean, the numbers we've been getting for the interview, for the debates, everything about it are like almost unprecedented. What do you make of this? What does it say about us? And do you believe Fiona Harvey?
Well, I'll say this, the reason why the story is so compelling is because it's supposed to be a true story. I mean, me and my wife watched the docuseries and we were blown away that this really happened. I mean, it was, implemented or at least stated that this woman was absolutely insane and out of her mind. How could you send thousands of emails and messages she couldn't spell? She was kind of dumb. She lied about her story. She was an incredible stalker. I mean, I felt, some type of way, and I didn't even experience it. And the only reason that anyone could feel that way is because it said at the very beginning of the documentary that this is a true story.
Yeah.
And so I watch your interview and it had millions of views. And the reason why it had millions of views is because the implication of this young lady. And she actually comes on and does an interview with you. And my basic point is this. When it comes to her interview, she made a lot of claims in your interview that if any of those claims are true, that this is a huge problem for Netflix, because she said things that can be readily provable. And if Netflix did not approve any of these things, they're in a huge amount of trouble. Yeah. She says she's never been to jail. She said she had never bashed anything at the parlor there at the bar. She claimed that she had never assaulted him, raped him, or whatever they want to call it. She claimed that she had never done any of those things. And if she's done none of those things, this documentary should have never been made, or they should have clarified.
One extreme to the next, with all due respect, and I know I keep interrupting, but I'm going to do it anyway. With one extreme to the next. I already said this, and I hear you, and I appreciate you, because I've seen you, and you talk a lot of sense. So I'm going to be respectful, okay? And a lot of nonsense. And a lot of nonsense. All right, balance. So, they already made it clear that it was fictionalized, which I said earlier. But you know what? What you're all saying, wait. What you're all saying, wait.
It's not true.
Wait, can I finish, please?
You can keep saying it.
You're the only person that's
I'm
saying
going to give you
this.
something different.
You're the only person on planet Earth that's saying that it's fictionalized.
Gentlemen, allow me to finish.
You can't just keep
You,
saying
but
the
you're
same thing
interrupting
again.
everybody.
So, fictionalized.
Can you let us talk?
What you want, gentlemen, is the caption at the beginning, a true story, but was fictionalized. So you want a true story. You want the full sentence. You want the full sentence.
This
true story,
docuseries,
but fictionalized. I already told you it was fictionalized. They did it in the interviews, and yet you don't want to hear that and class it as untrue. That is a lie, because you are an extremist. You are all extremists. I'm a centrist.
All right.
I get down to the nuance.
Let me. Richard
Gadd was trying to do with this
story.
Come on. Let me bring in Andy here. Andy, look, it's not true that they said it was fictionalized. You can call it lies. It's actually a lie to say that they said it was fictional.
No, you're actually being inaccurate, and you know this. No. And you know this.
All right, it's a pointless argument because you clearly...
Right, so then don't say that, because you know I'm going to argue with you, so don't say that.
Let me bring in Andy.
Start again.
Andy, from a pop culture point of view, your area of global expertise, how big a phenomenon is Baby Reindeer now, do you think?
Oh, it's massive. And I hear the argument she's making about you of, oh, should you have had her on? Of course you should.
Don't let me down,
I
sir.
bet she watched the interview too. We all watched the interview because we wanted to see if this person was real and if she had a case. And I think all this just comes down to the fact of, are those emails real? Did she really stalk and send these things? As Officer Tatum just said, she made a lot of claims on your show of things that aren't real. If those aren't real, she has an absolute case. I think Netflix made a real error when they didn't clean up some of the lines from the show. I mean, she was easy to find because you could look up, I need you to hang my curtains badly on Twitter. And it was literally to Richard Gadd. This is a massive error on Netflix side. So you could keep interrupting us and saying whatever you want, but there absolutely are fair legal debates here.
I agree.
And there's absolutely...
I agree.
Let him finish speaking.
No, I'm going to say I agree. It's a compliment. I agree.
I don't care. Sir. I want to talk.
I agree. No, I'm agreeing.
Let him speak,
I'm agreeing,
please.
sir. Please. I'm
please be
you
quiet, Iman. Let him speak.
Shut up, Piers. Go, go, go. I've got you, sir. Let's go. You are
Oh, my God. How do you do this, Piers?
Go.
I was trying to say, I think Netflix isn't a problem. But if Fiona's... I don't think she was telling the truth. And if she is, and Netflix was hiding some of this, it's bad. But I wanted to add, sorry, I got distracted by interruption. I think it's important to say, look, morally, should you have had her on? I've wrestled with that myself.
Yes.
She chose to come on. She chose, but wait, ma'am. She chose to put herself out there. She chose to keep her Facebook public. She chose to talk and do interviews.
No, she's entitled to.
She's just as bad.
I had a psychologist.
She's entitled to tell her story.
Yeah, of course she is. That's the right to reply.
I had a psychologist say, "Is this it seems like it's narcissistic personality disorder potentially. I'm not a doctor, but as experts I've spoken to, that's where it is." And that doesn't mean you have a lack of awareness or that you're unable to know right from wrong.
Right.
So the question for me is she is so mentally ill that we shouldn't be talking to her. If she's done the things she's done, yeah, we should be calling her out. Yes, we should demand accountability. And I think the funniest thing about all of this, the one part apparently that's not true about Netflix is her not taking accountability in court, which is not a good look for her.
And
so I think if the emails and all of that are inaccurate, she absolutely has a case, in my opinion, because she was so easy to find. And I hope a judge. I would love to see that case, and I encourage it.
Pierce, I want to jump in real quick. Can I say something, please? I just want to say, Pierce, I thought it was an incredible opportunity. If the woman did not do any of the things that are in this viral documentary, she deserves a platform.
Yes,
and I think it was incredible. Let me finish. I think it was incredible because the people who have watched it have built an opinion. And she's either going to confirm that opinion or she's going to expose it as a lie. She deserves to have a platform and reach. I needed to watch that. Everybody who watched this docuseries needed to see, is this woman really crazy? And if she's not, if Pierce had not brought her on, she would not have a voice whatsoever. She could not clear up any of these lies because this docuseries is so viral. There's so many people talking about it. It was #1 on Netflix. There has to be tens of millions of people who are watching this. And her character, her whole existence will be destroyed forever if all of these things that were put in this documentary were untrue.
Okay, let me bring Chris back in. Chris,
can I just say one sentence? One sentence. Please indulge me. You can tell I'm ready to go. Yes, every single person on this planet has the right to reply, but not every single person is afforded the opportunity. And this is why, in regards to morality, Piers went wrong, because he decided to platform someone. Just so you know, there are only 5% of stalkers in this country. I lied. It was more than one sentence. There's only 5% of stalkers in this country that are actually convicted. So Piers decided, with his expertise, intelligence, platform, and provenance, he decided he was going to platform an accused stalker. 5% of stalkers are convicted. And there are 700,000 victims of stalkers in this country.
Baby
and yet Piers
Reindeer
decided to delve into Fiona. And this is why I'm Aggie, this is why I'm animated, and this is why I keep interrupting with my black style.
Okay, let me bring Chris.
The docuseries exposed her. it wasn't hard to see. I mean, the
She's
actor
just as bad
should win
as
an
he is.
award.
She exposed
The actor
herself.
should win an
Let's be
award
clear. Let's be
for
clear.
how closely related
Let's
she
be
was
clear.
to the actual person
Netflix
accused.
put Fiona Harvey out onto the global platform
No, she
by putting a character in their series which could only have been her, which is why she got recognised within 10 seconds
which means
when
you knew
people
what you were
referenced the messages
So
that
you
were
knew what you were doing.
put in the show. Can you please let me finish?
But you knew what you were doing then.
No,
Fizz.
I knew I was
I'm listening
platforming
to
a
you.
woman who wanted to have her say.
And also is potentially a compulsive liar and
Yes.
potentially unstable and unwell. And you knew that with all of
Well,
your
the good thing is,
and your journalistic
the good thing is
agenda. And
you
why.
are proving right now that I do platform people who might
do.
be unstable.
Yes.
So let's just
Yeah.
be clear about
and
that.
Also conscious.
Now-
So yes, you're right. You're
Clearly.
right. It's
Let
a
me
joke,
bring-
but he's right.
let me bring-
I could be unstable, but I can also be very conscious, pragmatic, logical.
Okay.
No, you're not.
And you can also let other people
Intelligent.
talk. Let me bring Chris,
You're really
let me-
rude.
Let me
Incredibly
bring
rude.
Chris back in.
Yeah.
Chris, like I said, you spoke to Fiona. As a result of that, will you be taking her case up?
I'm in discussions now with a law firm in London with a view to taking the case forward.
Would that be a pro bono situation?
I'm not going to discuss the terms of engagement. All I can tell you is this, Piers. I think that there's a degree to which the main point is being missed here. Netflix have chosen to make vast money, huge amounts of money, from promoting this programme as being a true story. And they have done so without telling the public whether, in fact, now that Fiona Harvey has challenged them on that key detail of her being a quote-unquote convicted stalker who was sent to prison, repeatedly and multiple times sent to prison is the allegation made within the programme. Before and after Richard Gadd, she was supposedly previously convicted and imprisoned and then pleaded guilty and imprisoned again, according to the programme. Netflix have not come out and said one way or the other whether they are standing by that allegation that she is a convicted stalker with a criminal record who's been to prison or not. If it turns out, as a result of our inquiries into her criminal record background, that she has no criminal record, Netflix will have a legal case to
No,
answer.
they said it was fictionalized. Chris,
Yeah.
you do better. You're a lawyer. Do better.
Chris actually knows.
It's not good
Do
enough.
better.
It's
They
not
said
good
it's
enough to
fictionalized.
just say
Do better.
Iman, show
fictionalized.
some respect to a
It's
King's
not good
No,
enough.
yeah,
Counsel,
but when you
please.
come with lies, I'm going to correct you.
Yeah, you're the one
It's
lying.
unfortunate.
You are the
It's
one
unfortunate and
lying.
Very uncomfortable and annoying, but you know what? Let me get the camera.
It's
I don't
not
find
good
you
enough to
uncomfortable
say
or annoying.
fictionalized.
I just think you're
Never said that
lying.
about you. I said that to your guests because I've interrupted 3 of your lovely guests who
Right.
came on today, and I just
Can
want
you
to
let-
apologise.
well, you don't have to
'Cause that
apologise.
wasn't-
You
that
should
wasn't
actually
my
be
intention,
ashamed
but when
of your
what happens
behavior.
is when
Okay,
you come
Officer
with lies,
Tatum, let me come
you
to you.
end up having to
Right,
correct.
please stop talking and let
done.
Officer Tatum
right, You're
talk.
done. You're going to get what you wish for.
Officer
You're
Tatum.
done.
I'm surprised that she wasn't in that movie, that docuseries, because she's
Yeah.
absolutely out of control. But let me just say it like this. You know, I think it's, you know, incredible, and because you cannot say that it's fictionalized. You have to also act in good faith. You cannot say, well, I don't want to name anybody, but you have a character that probably did the best acting I've ever seen in my life, because as soon as you brought on the show, I thought that was the person who was acting. This was the real woman who was being accused. That's how closely related the actor was to the actually accused. And so you can't just say in an interview one day, it was fictionalized. No, every sign and symptom of every creation of this documentary made it seem like it was real, all the way down to the characters. And they portrayed a lot of other people who could easily be exposed. There's tons of people that worked with him, many people that knew him, many people would have known of her. It's not reasonable to think that they could not be discovered. I think it was incredibly sloppy for them to then throw out all of this information that can expose every single person that he was really referring to, and then say, well, I hope nobody searched. This is the top docuseries on Netflix.
Yeah.
This is huge. People are going to search. Why would anybody not? Everybody's curious. Did this woman really do this? She is one of the craziest women on planet Earth, if this in fact is true. And people are enthralled with the docuseries,
Yeah, I
which is
totally agree.
kudos to them.